module rewards will be distributed automatically in due course. Thargoid fleet invades Shinrata Desra. Pilots Federation alert. A Thargoid invasion fleet has emerged in the Shinrata Desra system, catching AX forces behind front lines by surprise. The massive alien force quickly struck ports in the system. Jameson Memorial remains online but damaged, with local AX forces rallying to protect the famous megamarket. An urgent call for aid by local governors has been made. Aegis has agreed to remain focused on frontline and against the final two Thargoid Titans, while Sirius Corporation establishes supply lines to Shinrata Desra. Azimuth Corporation has offered to provide further incentives for pilots heading to the region. The corporation's megaships, Spirit of Laelaps and Musashi, have moved to a nearby system, V-886 Centauri, to lend further support. The Pilots Federation has granted a temporary permit to all commanders to access the system for 2 weeks. Early reports indicate that the Pilots Federation has taken notably high casualties, with hundreds of commanders active in the region lost during the initial heavy fighting. Pilots looking to assist the AX efforts should first sign up to the defense fleet by visiting retro ship Cornwallis in the V-886 Centauri system before progressing into Shinrata Desra. With Jameson Memorial unavailable for regular trade, 2 other megamarkets remain available. Isola Prospective Bristler and the tiniest orbital in CT-43-11917. Winters acknowledges growing calls for inauguration. President-elect Felicia Winters has discussed the growing discontent within federal Congress over her delayed inauguration. A series of devastating earthquakes struck Winters' home world of Rhea 3 in February this year. Millions were killed during the unprecedented disaster, including 6 members of Winters' family in the destruction of the capital New Greenacre. Winters took an extended leave of absence to direct relief and recovery efforts on Rhea 3, which included a widespread appeal for resources from the independent pilot community. But recent articles in Seoul Today have suggested the goodwill for Winters' situation may be wearing thin. Journalist Ewan Klein recently wrote, "When Winters first announced the delay to her inauguration, there was obvious resistance from her Republican opponents, though perhaps less so from President Hudson, who has remained in office temporarily. As more details of Rhea's turmoil came to light, support for Winters' choice on compassionate grounds increased. 7 months later, however, some in Congress have started to wonder if Winters will ever overcome her grief and accept the presidency. Winters has finally released a statement on the matter via the Federal Free Press. Nothing can ever repair the hole left in my heart following the tragedy on Rhea 3. That pain is shared with millions of families affected by the catastrophe that befell our home world. We may never truly overcome it, but must resolve to move forward despite it. And during our darkest hours, the outpouring of love and support from across the Federation has been a source of great strength. I was reminded 1,000 times over of the charity, selflessness and warmth of federal citizens. Your patience has been cherished, and it is time that your faith in me as President-elect is rewarded. I plan to step back from personally directing the recovery of Rhea 3 in the near future, leaving the task in the capable hands of Rhea's Emergency Aid and Relief Committee. When the time is right, my inauguration ceremony will proceed and I will humbly accept the role of President of the Federation. Aegis, be alert for Thargoid counterattacks. Pilots Federation alert. Aidan Tanner, Special Military Advisor to the Aegis project, has warned of the potential for targeted Thargoid assaults on key military locations. Speaking during the recent graduation ceremony for the latest batch of Federal AX recruits, Tanner warned against complacency following the destruction of Titan Thor last month. It may seem that we have the upper hand in this war. There's no shame in taking pride in our accomplishments, and we're certainly in a better place than when the Thargoid invasion started. But the Thargoids are just as dangerous as they've ever been. Entering a conflict zone with anything less than full focus would be a terrible mistake. Think of how hard you'd fight if you thought the Thargoids were driving our fleets back a little further each day.